สวัสดีครับผมแมนดูนะครับวันนี้ผมจะทำส้มตำให้กินนะครับส้มตำไทยครับ That's right, green papaya salad made in the Central Thai style. Let's go. First off, we're going to cook the sticky rice. Bring a pot of water to the boil. Got some rice that we've washed and soaked overnight. Sticky rice, of course, not normal rice. Don't be silly. Let me just cover that up. In the north and northeast of Thailand, you'll find this set up in every house, but you can use a normal steamer basket, you can use a metal steamer with a tea towel in it, whatever. Just steam it for 20 minutes. It's very, very easy. If you cook a lot, you want to flip it over halfway, but for this amount, just like that, and we're done. Nice, lovely, sticky rice. Couldn't be easier. Now we're going to fry some nuts. You can use nuts that have already been fried. You can use whatever you like, as long as they're peanuts. I'm just going to get this oil to temperature. Now, purely because I'm still filled with childlike joy, I like to use any spare vegetation I've got lying around as my oil thermometer. Today, I have banana leaf. Let's see if she's ready. She's ready. There we go. Thermometer wasn't very accurate today. No worries, just crank it for a sec. One of the joys of cooking in a wok is that the thin base allows you to regulate the heat really fast. So that wasn't quite hot enough. And I just cranked the heat and within 4 or 5 seconds, boom, hot enough. Turn it down, cools down. It's bloody wonderful. Rightio, there we go, nuts, done. Usually I just pick them out of the hot oil with that doodad right there, but camera makes me do stupid things. Rightio, so now we follow up with the shrimp. We just chuck them in the hot oil exactly the same. And these will take 10-15 seconds to get nice and crispy crunchy. Now having said that, crispy crunchy isn't necessarily traditional in this dish. I just like them. Yum. It takes away some of the shrimpiness as well, if you're not into that kind of thing. Look, if I had fried or roasted nuts on hand, I wouldn't be doing this because, you know what, it's som tam. It's going to be delicious either way. Just slice the butt off the garlic, give it a squash. You can chop it if you want, don't have to. Destem the chilies, 4 to 8 chilies, depending on how spicy you like it. I wouldn't go less than 4. The tomatoes I slice in half, so when I'm pounding they don't squirt in my eye, because when they squirt in my eye they're usually covered in chili juice as well, and that sucks. Snake beans just sliced into lengths, about 1 inch long. Slice 1 lime up into cheeks, and a couple of little wedges for, well, you'll see. Rightio, so now we're on to the main player in the dish, which is the green papaya, and we are going to shred it up. In my opinion, if you want a textural sensation for your som tam, you do it this way with a knife. You just give the papaya the death of 1,000 cuts, and then you slice little strands off just like that. And it just makes it taste handmade, because it is. Look at those strands, they're beautiful. Now, this is the way that it usually gets done in the modern world. If you don't have time, get one of these and you just do this. Now look, makes an absolutely fantastic som tam, and it's really, really easy to do, and you don't run too much risk of chopping your fingertips off with a knife. The downside is that it makes the texture a little uniform, and that's just not as exciting in the mouth, if that makes sense. Easy way to get the skins off the nuts is to just rub them, ideally with a cloth. I just didn't want to grease one up, so I used some paper towel. You can also just shake them up in a sieve or something, and if you're outside, just blow the skins away. That's pretty clever. Today's main event will be a short one. We're going to start with some salt, some garlic, and some chilies, and we're just going to bruise them up in the mortar. It's a bruised salad. We're not trying to make a paste, so just be mindful of using a light touch. Throw in those 2 wedges of lime and give them a bit of a bash. Purpose is that we're going to release some bitterness from the skins and make it taste like grown-up food, if the chilies didn't make it taste grown-up already. Rightio, snake beans go in. Same again, you do not want to pulverize them, you just want to break them and distribute the flavor. It's most certainly not rocket science. Same again with the nuts and the shrimp. Basically, you just want to bruise everything, get those flavours coming together. And you want the flavours to mingle. Now this particular somtam is sweet as opposed to the Isan variety. So we're going to add a little bit of palm sugar, and now we're going to add the salt. That's about a tablespoon of fish sauce and half a tablespoon of sugar. And I'm just going to combine all this, and then I would check it for a balance of sweetness to saltiness. Now it's your preference. I prefer this to be less sweet. Some people prefer it to be insanely sweet. So you do you basically when you make this. So now just lightly pound it to break up that sugar and get that fish sauce all distributed through, and add the tomatoes. The tomatoes are going to add another sweetness or sourness depending on how ripe they are. And once you've got that all mingled together, we will add our final flavour element, which is the sourness. We had the bitterness from the skins before, and now we've got the sourness from the lime. It's pretty much the same amount of lime to fish sauce, and then you modulate the amount of sugar you want depending on how sweet or not sweet you want your somtam. So home stretch now, 15-20 seconds to go. Now just get in there and make an ugly mess. Mix it all up, get all those flavours all the way through. You want to bruise those strands of papaya, you want to soften them, and you want the flavours to just absorb into them. And look, really, it doesn't take too long. Once you're done, you just scrape off your pestle. You have a taste just to make sure it's all right. It's your last chance to adjust it. We have approval. Don't know about you, but my stomach is rumbling again. So stick your sticky rice into whatever you stick your sticky rice into. This is a Thai sticky rice basket. Seems appropriate. And then slide a plate into shots so it looks fancy, and put a manky old banana leaf on the plate for no reason whatsoever. None of that really matters, because what matters is this. Oh man, that looks delicious. Pretty as a picture. Oh hang on. I'll just fix its hair. Don't know why. Just going to eat it. Right, what I suggest that you do right now is grab yourself a cold beer, a lump of sticky rice, pick up a big wodge of somtam between your thumb and your forefinger with your sticky rice, jam it into your face, and repeat until it's all gone. You will be grateful.